Assalamu alaikum kids. So inshallah in this video we'll talk about how to solve different types of equations using a calculator effectively. The very first equation that we're going to be talking about is a quadratic equation. You generally solve a quadratic equation to find out its roots, solutions or x-intercepts. Quadratic equations are generally trinomials with three terms. Alright. Now to solve a quadratic equation, what you need to do is, now this right here on the right side, you have a calculator. This right here is specifically a 991EX. The menus are going to match the 991EX. If you have a different calculator, the menu options might differ a little. So the first thing that you're going to go is, you're going to press the menu button right here. You're going to go to the equation solver, which is the option A over here. Alright, so once you press the menu option, alright, it's going to take you to this screen right here. You're going to press down twice and it's going to take you to this option A right here. Okay, so once you're at this option A right here, you need to press the equals to sign. It's going to ask you to select either a simultaneous equation or a polynomial equation. So you're going to select the polynomial equation by pressing 2. Then you're going to select the degree of the polynomial. The degree of the polynomial is the maximum power, which in our case is 2. So you're going to press 2 again. Now this right here essentially gives you an option to enter all the coefficients a, b, and c. A being the coefficient of the squared term, b is the coefficient of x, and c being the constant term. Now the value of a in this equation right here, let's take this equation as an example. The value of a, the coefficient of x squared, there is nothing, so we are going to assume it to be 1, so we're going to press 1. That's the coefficient of the x squared term, and then we're going to press equals to. It puts the coefficient 1 for the x squared. Now we're going to plug in the coefficient of x, which is 4. So we can plug in 4 and equals to. That assigns the coefficient 4 to x. And then we have the constant 3. So we're going to press 3. And then again, press equals to sign. So that assigns the constant a value of 3. You press the equals to sign. Once you've assigned the coefficients, you press the equals to sign again. And that's it. It essentially solves the quadratic equation for you. We can see that over here, by solving it, we get the roots minus 3 and minus 1. We get the exact same roots. The x1 is the first root. You're going to press the down button to get the second root, which is minus 3. And you can press up and down to see the different roots. All right. So one very interesting thing the calculator does is that it provides you with more information. So if you press the down button again, it gives you the minimum value of the function or the quadratic equation in this case. This right here is the x coordinate of the minimum point, and this right here is the y coordinate of the minimum point. All right. So essentially, by using this equation solver, you can get two things. You can get the roots and you can get the minimum or the maximum point, which we also call the vertex. Now, what I want you kids to do is I want you to solve the remaining three equations. All right. You need to find out the roots and you need to find out the minimum or the maximum point. All right. Now, what are these forms to the right? These forms are essentially factorized forms. Now, let's say, for example, if you have trouble factorizing a quadratic equation, what you can essentially do is you can use the equation solver to solve the equation. So let's say, for example, if I have x squared plus 10x plus 24 and I want to factorize it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the equation solver, get the values of x. All right. To factorize it, what I can do is I can just change the signs. So if it's a x equals minus 6, inside the factor, it's going to be a plus 6. If x equals minus 4, inside the factor, it's going to be a plus 4. Now, I do not recommend doing this. I recommend that you use the middle term breaking technique to solve a quadratic equation or to factorize a quadratic equation. But let's say, for example, if you're stuck, you've got a very difficult quadratic equation for which you cannot find out the factors. This is a technique that you can use as well. All right. So now, just for the sake of it, we are going to do an example. Let's just do this equation right here. Now, once you're in the equation solver, what you need to do is, or if you're in any of these options, you're in your equation solver and now you're going to go back to the original screen. All you need to do is press the menu button again and then press 1. It brings you back to the normal calculator screen. Now, doing this again, let's go through the process once more. So you press the menu button, you press the down, down, and then right to go to A. You press equals to sign, you go for the polynomial solver, you go for a degree 2. You enter the coefficients. In this case, we have the coefficient 1, we have the coefficient -8, and we have the constant term 12. All right, all the coefficients have been assigned. So press 1 equals to, -8 equals to, and then 12 equals to. Once you've assigned all the coefficients, you press the equals to sign once again, and it gives you the solution. So the first solution is x equals 6, and the second solution is x equals 2. It's exactly what we have over here. The factors are just going to be, instead of +2 inside the brackets, it's going to be a -2. Instead of a +6, it's going to be a -6. And if you want, you can also find out the minimum or the maximum point. The x coordinate of the minimum point is 4, and the y coordinate of the minimum point is -4. Alright kids, so I hope that this right here made sense to everyone. This is how you essentially solve a quadratic equation. That's it for this video. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next one.